Cali Craze Podcast Show.
All right,
y'all. Welcome to the Cali Craze Podcast Show. Yes. Welcome to the Cali Craze Podcast Show. It is September. Ma'am. It is the first Sunday of September. And we are getting ready for a nice fall season. Them kids is back to school. Can we give a round of applause for them kids being back to school, though?
Right. They need to learn.
Those kids are back to school, you guys. Yes, I feel like that's the best part of this time of year is kids going back to school.
And this is episode 3, you guys.
We back like a trilogy. We back like a trilogy.
Fresh from San Diego.
Yes. You feel me? The most epic, newest, and amazing podcast coming live and at you direct from California, San Diego. You feel me? The Salty D,
the Southeast,
San Diego,
the East
California,
and in between and all around. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, y'all. Yes. I just want to start the show off by saying thank you to everyone who's been liking, sharing, commenting, interacting, putting up flyers, everything you guys have been doing for the podcast. I just want to thank everybody who's been doing that. That's the reason that keeps us going. We're just very thankful for any interaction that all of you guys have had with the podcast. We're definitely going to keep this ball rolling for y'all. And like I said, it's only going to get bigger and better from here. You feel me? So, yeah, just stick with us. So we're just going to jump right into the show. Well,
first of all, what's your name?
Should we introduce ourselves?
Y'all
should already know. If you've been watching the show, we in episode number 3. Y'all know who y'all talking to. But I'm going to still say it every time.
Right, because there might be some new viewers who don't know who you is.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true, Sweet Lou.
That's right. So I'm Lil Keyco, a.k.a. Sweet Lou. You know what I'm saying? I'm the co-host. You feel me? And the executive producer. This is...
Yeah, your host, Cali Chaye all day, but you can just call me Cali Chaye.
That's right.
Yes, I'm your host, Cali Chaye, of the Cali Craze Podcast Show. Like I said, thank you guys for tuning in today, the first Sunday of the month. I hope y'all feeling good, as y'all should. And should we just jump right into the show, or what? Are we ready?
What you got for us?
All right. We're just going to jump right into the show. So we're going to jump right into the show with the current events. What I want to talk about with this episode is the reparation package that is starting to manifest out here in California. Do anybody know about the reparations?
What kind of reparations you talking about, though?
Because if you in San Diego, you know how the Indians get their little check every month.
Okay.
The black people might be getting their check too.
Okay. That sounds good. That sounds good. Well, we've been working on this for years. We've been begging for years for this money.
The ball is finally rolling to finally get that 40 acres and a mule.
Okay.
For black people. And California is the first state that is really getting the ball rolling.
Okay.
Yes. So let me just jump right into it.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
Right.
You know right?
Because I can show you use that.
Tell me more about it.
So we'll just jump into it. So basically, last summer, a Historic Reparations Taskforce was put together, and then they put a report together. They just did all kind of research, and it took about 2 years.
Okay.
To put this report together. And so the Black Legislators Caucus announced the introduction of what is known as the 2024 Reparations Priority Bill Package. Okay, they just announced that last month.
Okay.
So after they did this report, like I said, it took 2 years to put together.
Right.
They now are ready to announce that they have a package and they're ready to put it, to bring it to the Congress and put it on the table and let's talk about these reparations that need to be had for these African Americans. Right.
So this package, so it's a detailed package and they have put thought into it, basically.
Okay,
so they've been plotting and planning and organizing and checking lists, checking shit off the checklist and putting things on the checklist regarding these black reparations. That's basically what I'm hearing you saying.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, the report totals over 1,600 pages.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty much like 2 reports that they're putting together.
Okay, right.
So it totals over 1,600 pages of research, which they were able to make recommendations for reparations of black descendants of slaves, okay?
Right.
Yes.
That's some good information.
The report is a comprehensive approach to dismantling not only the legacy of slavery, but as well as systematic racism that continues to take place here in the United States to this day. Because we all seen that Sandra Macy video. You feel me?
I haven't seen it. I don't know who
I feel
she
like
is.
if you haven't seen it,
who is she though?
Don't watch it.
Just enlighten me a little bit briefly about who Sandra Macy
was a black young woman. I think she was about around my age. I'm like around, I ain't gonna tell y'all my age, but I'm in my 30s. So yeah, she was in her 30s.
Right.
And she lived in Chicago. She called the police because she thought it was a burglar in her house.
Right.
The police came. Luckily, one of them had their body cameras on.
Okay.
So when she come in, initially she tells them, like, I don't even go to the whole story. Long story short, the police was there to help her, and she was boiling some water in her kitchen for some tea. They told her to turn it off. The dude had said something crazy to her, so she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." He said, "You better fucking not." And he pulled his gun out and shot her in the head.
Wowzers.
He killed her. Yeah.
But
it turned out that this police officer, he had been, kicked out of several precincts. Like, he should have never even been a police officer to begin with. I don't even want to get into all that because that's not what I'm talking about right now.
Right.
But like I said, we all know the systematic racism and the injustices that have been going on with black people in this country, which that we have built, on, the slaves of, our ancestors back with their blood, sweat, and tears, and God knows everything else, So, let's get back into this report because, that you can get emotional. We can get deep into that. We will have a, hopefully, maybe we can do a special little segment on, some black history, and get into like that, but as we are, 2 black people, so we're definitely going to talk about, our community because we need to, to spark the conversation.
I agree.
Anyways. Okay, so yeah. So anyway, to qualify for these reparations, right?
So you got to qualify?
So you got to qualify for the reparations. So basically, I feel like they're going to do it how they do, like with the Indians. Because I have friends that's the Indians. You go and test your blood, and if you Indian descent, you get some, you qualify.
So just being black, you don't qualify.
It says to qualify for these said reparations, you would have to be able to prove you are in fact a descendant of an enslaved black person stemming from the time period of 1877 to the 1950s, which was basically the beginning of slavery all the way up to the Jim Crow era, basically. Okay. So you would have to have some family that was in that little time period. The California legislative's next step will be to go over the report and decide whether to adopt, adjust, or dismiss, some of the recommendations. Because of course they're not going to do everything that's in the report, they're just going to go over the report and they're going to start to put together okay, so what should we do?
Yeah, just because you brought it to the table don't mean that we're going to accept it. We're going to accept what we want to accept.
So right now that's what they're doing. They got the report, so now they're bringing it to the table for them to discuss. Okay, so what can be done? What do we suggest? What do we do? So basically, just stay tuned in the future because it's happening. The ball is rolling, and I feel like California is getting the ball rolling. We are the first state to start this process. So shout out to California.
Right. That's what's up. That's big ups.
So I'm just going to give you guys some quick facts right quick. So Brazil is home to 55.9 million people of African descent, making it the largest country outside of Africa of black people.
Okay.
California, we only make up 5% of black people, and that's here in our state. And Texas has the highest percentage of black people. It's 14%.
Okay, that's some good facts. Nice to know.
Yeah. So that just wraps up, our current event section. So we're just gonna roll right into random topics. That's
cool. That's right. That was pretty cool to know. You know what I'm saying? I just want to speak a little bit on that. It was cool to know about the reparations. I'm glad that they're starting to recognize this. It's well deserved and it's past due. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely is way past due.
So for somebody to even consider this, you know, is a blessing, you know. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes.
Because those reparations,
California, you know, because California, we really are blessed to. If you are from California, you are blessed to be here, because a lot of states, you know, they don't be taking care of people like that. But California is very progressive.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold my breath.
I mean, you know, I feel like it takes the people to get involved in that, but we gonna keep our fingers crossed that they give us something, some kind of break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it is a lot of, you know, wealth that was missed out. You know, on a lot of generations. You know, like a lot of people, we don't have generational wealth. You know, and so that has affected multiple generations. Right. Of, you know, people, you know, and having that systematic racism that's, you know, oppressed on you, making it even harder for you to provide a generational wealth for your family is a real thing, you know, for Black people.
Oh, of course.
I'm glad that it's finally being acknowledged, like you said. And, we just want to keep our eyes on it.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eyes on it.
The Cali Craze Podcast Show. We're going to keep our eyes on that for y'all,
Most
you know.
definitely.
But, like, I just wanted to talk about that because the ball is rolling.
But I appreciate you bringing that to the table, because that's a little bit of hope, you know what I mean?
Exactly. The ball is rolling. Like, you know, how, you know, like I said, like the Indians, you know, because I shout out to the Indians, because, you know, they got the casinos and stuff like that.
Americans.
Oh, okay. You know, actually, I missed a part. So I just wanted to say some of the things that they were talking about that was detailed into the... in detail for us to be like, our reparations would be, of course, you know, financial payments. It's going to give us rights into the cannabis business.
Rights into the
cannabis
business.
So we get rights into the cannabis business. So how, you know, I feel like how the Indians got rights into the casino businesses, we're going to have rights into the cannabis business.
So do you know what that consists of? Is that like rights to the land, or how many pounds is being
it's not produced, you know, it's not all the way, it's not all the way. That's another thing I wanted to say. No, it's not all the way discussed. I didn't dig deep into it, right. I just wanted to touch on it real quick. That was one of the reparations. It was going to be financial payments. It was going to be rights into the cannabis business. It was going to be social service benefits, and it was going to be a national apology. It was one of the things too that they wanted. And people suggested recommendations.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to say sorry.
It's a report, you know. So those are some of the things that was in the report. Like somebody said, "Well, can we get a national apology?"
Yeah. Can we get an apology?
Can we get a national apology?
Taking so long to break bread for
can we get a national
apology? Doing what you did, because we all know the stories. You feel me? They got pictures.
The report hasn't been fully released yet, but they have like detailed some of the things in the report. Right. So I'm looking forward to seeing like exactly what's in the report and what, you know, what's going to be adopted. Yeah. You know, because it is coming to a ballot near us. That's
right. So there's more to come on the Cali Craze Podcast Show about these reparations. So you guys make sure you guys tune in, man, and stay tuned, you know, for more information on all types of subjects, you know.
Amen.
That was an eye-opener right there, because I didn't know nothing about that.
Oh, yeah.
So, so for sure.
Yes. All right. So that's why you want to, you know, just, you know, you never know what we're going to be talking about. Like I said, it's the ups and the downs, the downs and the ups, the ups and the downs, okay? Western Hemisphere, it's Cali Chaye in here. This my introduction. Play this at the function. Let's talk about it. She all about it. We out here living dreams. It's everything it seems. Always on the grind. You know I gotta shine. Out here getting mines. Penny, nickels, and dimes. You better watch your step. I'm one of the last left. Slaying in the sand. I'ma stack them bands. Rising to the top, the ambition never stops. Cali living, Cali winning, you know I'ma make it pop.
Low riders, west siders, slide on Dayton wires. All you smell is fire, niggas still trying to get higher. Packing twos, no pliers, they selling dreams, they liars. Jacobian Myers, across the border are weakened pliers. I'm from the Western Hemisphere, spitting in your ear. I'm looking at money when I look in the mirror. We from the Western Hemisphere, we spin in your ear. We we looking at money.